Good morning, everybody. I am so excited today that I don't want to say very much. Dry storage, flour mill in Boulder, the flour, the food at Dry Storage Cafe is absolutely amazing. Their flour is what makes it. I have Emily and Holly here. Uh, Ladies, just take over. And I found out about this because John Hinman and some of my friends go to the farmers market where they found you. That's how I found them. Go, guys.
Amazing. Well, thank you for having us. It's such an honor. I'm here representing dry storage, the milling side of the business, and Holly is here representing the bakehouse side of the business. She is like an amazing, the most talented baker.
Yes, yes, yes.
Incredible. But I wanted to give you a little background and then I can pass it over to Holly to talk about like the really fun stuff, the actual everything she's making at the bakehouse and how incredible it is. Because I always say she makes the runway cut of our grains. It is just
Oh,
superlative.
That's great.
So dry storage exists because we felt like something was really broken in our food system. For decades we've been treating it like a commodity, anonymous and optimized for shelf life, not flavor and nutrition. And we definitely weren't optimizing for the people growing it, like the farmers doing all this incredible work. Yet it's like foundational to everything we love, to bread, to pasta, to pastry, all of that stuff. So we were born out of a really simple idea of like, what if grain was treated more like a wine or a coffee, rooted in place and identity and valued for how it tastes and performs? And we have this brilliant founder, Kelly Whitaker, who moved to Colorado. He'd been staging all over the world. He moves here. He's driving up to snowboard in the winter and sees that, wheat just wants to be in Colorado. It's popping up through the snow. It's so beautiful. It doesn't need, it can grow from the existing water sources. The protein of the wheat we grow here is phenomenal. We have mills over in Texas calling us for the exact same varietal they grow, but ours just tastes so much better because of our conditions. So we like to say that Colorado is really the home of grain and wheat, kind of like oranges are to Florida.
Good for you.
So anyway, flash forward about 7 years of Kelly just like developing this business, doing incredible work with his world famous restaurant group, earning the
That's what I
first
just wrote down.
yeah, the first two-star Michelin restaurant. And he was outstanding restaurateur for James Beard from this little amazing restaurant
And
group in
P.S., he's a
Colorado.
great guy.
And he's a phenomenal guy and he's super fun to hang out with. So he inspires all of us every single day. And so at the mill, then we were like, okay, well, we're with the bakehouse. The bakehouse makes the most beautiful, brilliant expression of these grains. What if we separated out the mill and started spreading the word because we're finding all these farmers? We have over 800 acres of regenerative farmed goods right here in Colorado. If we keep growing that business, like double those acres, we are putting carbon back into the soil. We're saving water. We're helping people's health because we're not using any preservatives. We're stone milling these grains in Boulder. They're so, good for you. They have more protein and fiber. They don't have any preservatives. So people who were eating grains, who felt like they couldn't eat grains in America, but they can eat grains in Europe, can now
Right.
eat our stuff. So you
Okay. Good.
feel good, you feel better, and it just tastes amazing. So flash forward, now we're serving all these restaurants, all these bakeries. We're starting to ship out of state. You can buy it online as a home consumer, and then you can come
Thank
to the bakehouse and taste it with what
you.
Holly is making, how she's working with the grains. She's inspiring a whole movement of how to use them because they need more hydration. You use less of the flour itself because it's so alive. And then she can really bring the terroir to life and the whole rest of the story. So, with that, I'm going to pass it over to Holly because she can talk about that fun part of it.
I can hardly wait to hear you. That is fascinating. Kelly Whitaker is a great guy, as is his wife. But
Yes,
I mean, credit where credit goes. However,
absolutely.
the whole thing makes you understand the difference of taste. And you do have, I know, several different flavors of flowers, like four major ones. I mean, I wouldn't know, which is why this is great. to know
We have
which one
seven, yeah, we have seven single varietals, which is essentially each one is rooted in a culture and a place, and it has different performance qualities, different
yeah, which
flavors.
is the
So
best.
for the home baker, you can just blend it in and use it. But for someone like Holly, you can really dig into each profile of each one and bring different things to life.
Well, you do. Go, Holly.
But go, Holly.
So I'm Holly, the head baker at the bakery. I've been there for the past 6 years. So I pretty much saw it from the start, which is so cool. Like we used to have a little mill in the back of the bakery, and we used to mill the grains ourselves, and we used to sift the flour in the back and like come out covered in flour and bag it. So like it's kind of fun to see how it's transformed into like this huge like warehouse with all the mills and all the bags, and you know what the miller Daniel does is so incredible down there. So it's kind of fun to see it from start to where it is now and to where it's going to go in the future. But yeah, like the bakery is kind of like the showcase for the mill. I try to highlight all the grains in different ways. Like we have more of like the higher protein grains that go into the breads, and the lower ones that go into like the pastries and the laminates and stuff like that. But yeah, I always try to just give each one their own show, you know, like the bread's made with mostly the Yukora and the Rouge, and those are my two of my favorite flours to use
That
for those.
bread is possibly the best thing ever. As
Thank
is the
you.
little baguette up there. I
Thank
mean,
you.
that, you can. And I have no clue what flour was in it, but
Yeah.
I knew it didn't taste like any of the other breads I have.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's really fun to showcase all the grains in different ways. Like you can, once you start using them, you can really dive into each one of them. Like people will come in and ask about flour recommendations, and you'll usually get me out there just to talk about it with like, you know, just all the people who come in. And I'm more than happy to. And I like educating people on these grains and like how great they are and how you can use them and, you know, how you use them. Like Emily was saying, like you're using more water because it's so dry here, but also the grains, they just like soak up so much water because they're whole grain, and, you know, all the nutrients are still in them. It's crazy. Like before I worked at dry storage, we were mostly, I was like in bakeries using white flour and stuff, and like I'll never go back. Like the taste is like you can't compare it. Like when people eat our croissants, it really highlights the grain. Like you're not just tasting butter, like you're tasting the flavor, and like you can still get a great texture. And like instead of using like bleached white flour or like all these other grains, like I always just want more bakers to bring back like the ancient grains and like local grains and freshly milled grains. They're not hard to use once you start using them. I feel like
Okay.
people just get a little bit intimidated by them.
Oh, of course we do. But
Yeah,
even your cookies, which is what I was given by John when he came, is
yeah,
started me on dry storage.
yeah,
One of the few things I really love is that's not true is chocolate chip cookies. So that's really and
yeah.
it
That's a great example. Like those are like 100% whole wheat cookies, and they don't. I wouldn't say they taste
well
like they
me
are. Like,
no
you know, like no one would know that because you can use these grains in a way that like I feel like most people think of whole wheat as like these dense, like
right
really dense
healthy.
loaves of bread, or and it doesn't have to be that way once you figure them out. Like we've done so much trial and error at the bakery to get these grains to work in the way we want them to. And once you have that down, like it's really easy to like switch varietals or like experiment with other things. And that's just like the beauty of these flowers. Like you can get them to do a lot.
I would
Once,
never have guessed it was whole wheat.
yeah,
I didn't guess anything, but
for
and,
sure.
and your croissants are fabulous. And I don't want to tell them about the thing I'm in love with because I want to get some.
Well,
What was
for sure.
I had to describe it again. Okay, what's it called?
Oh, the cardamom bun.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
good.
So
So good.
that one came about like I feel like I've been so lucky within this company itself to have great mentors, like past pastry chefs, the ones I work with now, Kelly and Erica. They're all such great mentors and they really push you to be better. And kind of like they give me a lot of freedom at the bakery to do literally whatever I want. As long as I'm obviously working with the flour, we're working with all local farmers, like especially during the summers, we have really great connections with them. So it's really fun to kind of let the grain shine. I don't like to make anything too complicated. Like I always tell all the bakers I bring in, some of them, our team's different because most teams will have a baker and then like a laminator. So we do all of it. Like my bakers do everything. There's not two separate teams. Like we're all working together to do it all. So a lot of people will come in with either bread experience or lamination experience, usually not both of them. So it's kind of fun to show them one, all the grains, two, how to do everything, and to just like kind of let them shine. I always say, like, don't make it too complicated. Like, we've been
Right.
making bread for thousands of years. Like, we didn't have all this equipment back then. We didn't have all the knowledge we do now. We can make bread super easy, super simple, and not overly complicate it, but still get this great flavor, especially from these grains, and all the health benefits that come along with that. And also, we're giving back to Colorado. We're giving back to all these farmers. We're giving back to the soil. And we're really just highlighting and showcasing what Colorado has to offer us. Like all my pastries, I would say they're not complicated. Like we don't do a lot of like
For me
fillings or
there.
yeah. I mean, yeah. But for us, like
Emily, you want to go bake a few of those croissants?
Yes,
I,
yes.
I just try to like showcase and highlight the grain. And when you put all these
No,
like
you
toppings
Jake.
or fillings, like you kind of take away from that. And again, we are the showcase for the mill and like to get our flour out there and to like spread the word in a sense.
It's fabulous.
But no, it's a fun journey to be on. And like when they bring in new grains or I don't know if there's any more coming or what they
I can
have
hardly wait to get
future, we'll bring those in too. We just got a new one maybe a year or two ago, the India Jamu, and we've worked that into our program. And like when you get a new flour, you have to do so many tests to like see how it works and see how it behaves. And that's the fun part for me. Like that's what I love most about baking is like the technical side of it and like having great technique and like kind of chasing perfection in a way.
what you
Um,
got.
Thanks. But yeah, when they bring in new grains and stuff, it's really fun to see how they work. And then all the other restaurants, like if they ever need help, I'm there. Like I go to the Wolf Taylor or I talk to Chef Emily down there and she'll ask me why things are behaving certain ways or I'm always here to help. Like
Good for you.
I've had 6 years of experience with these grains. I feel like there's no one better to ask a
They're your
question.
children. Okay,
Yes.
Emily, tell me, can a viewer today come to your plant and see the grains, the mill and things?
They can, they can. Daniel is our head miller and head of
Right.
production. Holly referenced him and he came up in both the baking hospitality world and also in soil health world. So he kind of weaves everything together with this. I mean, he has such an incredible knowledge of these
It's super
grains and
valuable.
their history and just all of these ideas about the future. And it's actually hilarious because he and Kelly play a lot of tennis together. And it ends up being these crazy matches, but they're also talking about new product ideas and disruptive ideas to come to market, which is just cool. Cause like when you think about it, Kelly has all of these incredible like disruptive workshops in the restaurants of like, like at Wolf's right now, they're working this corn program that is so fantastic. And it's so interesting the way he worked with the farmers to bring it in. And it's like a great test for the larger mill because if something really takes or if something is really fun to play with or we can make a huge impact to the grain economy or the corn economy or the local indigenous peoples that are growing these things, then we can move it in through the mill and start to do like our minimum would probably be like, let's say 44,000 pounds of something. Whereas in the past, we could be like, oh, let's mix a blend up and put it in 20 bags and try
Right.
it. Now we're in this really cool opportunity to do these larger scales. So yeah, anyone could come to the mill and Daniel would,
Yeah, I
show
don't
you.
want to cut you short, but people can come.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Where is it? Dry mill storage.
Well, so the mill
Or
itself,
give us how you.
I think, well, so first you can always go to the bakehouse, which is up in Boulder, which has, the bags of flour for sale, but also has these incredible things. The mill is really a working mill. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have a retail front to it. So
Okay.
it's more like if you wanted a tour, you could get on our website, drystorageco.com and hit us up and we could
Okay.
figure out how to get.
Address of the cafe.
The
Hours.
address is 3601 Arapahoe. It's in like the Peloton building. It's like an apartment complex. It's at the bottom on the east south side. And then our opening hours are 8 to 2 every single day.
Oh, good. And obviously no reservations.
No
And
reservations.
you do have the bread there for sale, as well as all the wonderful cookies and pastries and coffee and dishes and everything.
Yes, we have a full menu.
Well, you all are incredible. Did we give the website?
The website,
drystorageco.com.
drystorageco.com, and you can get to the bakehouse, order, or you can go and order flour. Either way.
I'm ready. I'm starving. Okay, we have less than 1 minute, and please like and subscribe to the Gabb, GABB / Gabby Gourmet for YouTube. You'll find me on Instagram, Facebook, and I don't want you to find me. I want you to find this. So I'm all over the place, Gabby Gourmet. And ladies, what a treat to meet and be with you. Kelly Whitaker and Erica, you are incredible. I've known him since he made little pasta at Basta. So before all the Michelin stars, great people. I think the flower and knowing that you can have something that wonderful is fantastic. Thank you for spending time with me.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I think you're fabulous, Emily. I'm so jealous of Holly's talent.
Thank you. Me too.
Everyone, have a wonderful weekend. God bless y'all.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.